All right, so this is going to be a short video, but a rather important one, especially if you're feeling a bit lost or confused with this whole AI agents, AI cold email thing, AI deal gen thing. A lot of you guys email me with your wins, with your testimonials, with your questions, with your results, the results you've been able to get with my free content and guidance or on your own. And I appreciate that. I love it. I invite you to do it, especially as we lead up to opening a private accelerator program / a private mentorship offer. Thing is, I get the same set of questions over and over again. And sometimes I get some really unique questions that I think the world should hear the answers to. So what I've decided to do is take some questions that I've received in the last few days and answer them here publicly. Of course, everyone will be kept 100% anonymous, simply because I think a lot of you guys can really benefit from hearing this and being exposed to this. A lot of your competency with any new skill, but in this case, AI and cold email, is just about hearing the lingo and hearing discussions around how it should look or how it should be done or what to do. Okay, so I have a lot of 5 and 6 figure agency owners who I've just been working with and mentoring either in private coaching calls or just via email, just helping them scale their businesses via email. And I work with 7-figure agency owners and businesses in our done for you services, helping them scale, and that if you've been on this channel. So this is kind of just a bit of a look as to how I think about things, okay, and how I work through problems and situations with people. Anyway, this is a Q&A. I don't think this Q&A will become like an ongoing thing here. I'm not going to close any doors, but I just don't think it will, because I don't want my inboxes to be flooded. I answer these emails in the little windows of spare time I have, and I'm generous enough to do this for free, right? But I'm already pretty busy between answering the YouTube comments and answering emails, and so I'm gonna have to find a way to streamline this, especially for the beginner folks, because it's a lot of this. It's the same sort of questions, which is fine. I get it, but I'm just saying. So I just had some time this morning, so I decided to do this. Most of these I've already answered in the email thread. Some I'm answering here for the first time, and I will try and go from beginner questions to more advanced. So nevertheless, if it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Pablo. I'm the founder of Ventiscale, a B2B AI marketing agency. We do rather well, over $250,000 a month in deal flow for our clients with AI and cold email, and we help them design and convert premium offers. We work exclusively with businesses in our done-for-you work, who are doing over $1 million a year in ARR or $80K a month MRR on an invite-only basis. I've scaled a couple businesses to very big numbers in a very short amount of time, case studies here, and I've been documenting the growth of my agency pretty much since day one. I make no income claims. My results are not typical, and you can download this document for free, as always, in the description below. Here's a quick $500,000 worth of social proof that you can scroll through on your own time. Client case study, testimonial interviews, how we built the architecture, screenshots of us handing off the deals, actual client reactions, how we built everything, so on and so forth. Okay, so it's all there. Cool. Anyway, let's begin. So I got a question that said, you have a ton of videos on your YouTube. I get this question like almost every day. Pretty much in this phrasing, like, you have too many videos, where should I start? Or you have a ton of videos on your YouTube. Which one? By the way, I included a screenshot of every email. Of course, I nobody's name is in there or anything like that, just so you know. But I include this, as I do with everything on the channel, so you can see that I'm not just making things up. Okay, these are actual emails that I get. Okay, so that's the theme on the channel. If you're new here, is I've kind of been building this agency in sort of an open fashion. But anyway, back to the question. You have a ton of videos on your YouTube. Which one or a series of videos would you recommend to watch and do the work to get started with an AI lead gen agency? So this is also written in the form. I had someone else reach out to me literally the same day. So I'm saying this to let you know I get the same question a lot, multiple times a day. Is there any way you suggest I use your content on YouTube that can help a beginner like me, so I won't just be overwhelmed with too much information? What do you advise? So my answer, start by consuming the free 7-hour course I put out. Okay. That will give you a good head start. There's nothing like this on the market. That's why it's been blowing up. It's the most popular video on my channel by far, for that reason, because it's really, really, really good. And the big folks in this space have reached out to me, connected with me on LinkedIn, some of them, commented on that video, because they know right? Like this is a bomb. Like this was a bomb in the space. This has created a lot of ripple effects because it's actually really good. Okay, and this is coming from someone who's building and running an agency right now as we speak. I just have time blocked to make this stuff, but this content, but right now. Okay, so this is not coming from someone who is telling you how you could do something. This is me giving you my actual business, pretty much, like my actual steps. Okay, so that's why it's been blowing up because people know, and then they've tried it and they've gotten success, and so they know it's good. Okay, you can scale to 50K a month with the stuff in this video. I'm not just saying that. It's just from personal results. Okay, start here. This is the reason why. Like I took a whole week to make this, and for this reason. Okay, it's the pin video on my channel for a reason. I link it in the description of every single one of my videos for a reason. Okay, I made that course in the way I made it, in the order that I made it, for that exact reason. Is so that because I remember I was so confused on where to start. I had joined a bunch of different school communities and stuff like that, and agency programs and accelerators, and I was more confused than when I started. So you watch this and you just do things and so watch it one full time without any expectations or without trying to do anything, and then start again, and then you can start to kind of do stuff alongside it. Okay, but I made it in that way, in this order, in the order that it's in, for a reason. It's 7 hours. All right, trust me, I've done the school communities. I've probably, I've done it. Don't worry, I've done it. Not going to say anything more than that. This course is blowing up. This course is bigger than a lot of people's entire YouTube channels for that reason. Okay, so start here, guys. Start at this course. It's called full course. Okay, starting from 0 to 50K a month. Start there. All right, cool. Now, next. Hi, Pablo. I recently started watching your videos and I love the straight to the point concepts. I have already landed my first client on a pay-per-result basis. That's awesome. Good for you. And I'm wondering, what would be the best service delivery model? In other words, how do I fulfill for a client? What does that process look like? So my answer, I've screen recorded myself doing fulfillment from 0 to actually fulfilling for clients multiple times. I've screen recorded myself doing the whole thing multiple times, not just for clients, but for my own internal campaigns, like my own internal outreach to get clients for myself. I've screen recorded these from scratch and then all the way to actually closing the deals. So I'm just going to link, I've linked a couple of those videos here. Okay. Here's my exact process for any niche shown in different videos on my channel. So here's the live build. This one's like 20 minutes long. The full course as well has everything you need. It shows you the exact process. This is the end-to-end process right here. All right, you find people to email, you get their contact info, you verify that contact info works, then you filter out the bad leads you don't want. Then you use for the remaining leads that are there, you use their contact info to personalize the email a little bit. Their first name, maybe their location, maybe their niche, whatever it is. Then you send the email. You send the emails and you manage the campaign responses, meaning like you reply within 5 minutes and blah, blah, blah. Try and get them on sales calls. And then that's it. It's the same process you would use for yourself, but for a client. You're just doing cold email for your client the same way you do for yourself. Now, I would say if you just onboarded a client, you're going to have to do some experimentation. I wouldn't expect to get, especially if you're a newbie, I wouldn't expect to get any results right away, like in the first 2 weeks, maybe week 3 or week 4. And you can manage their expectations. You can temper their expectations a little bit and just be honest with them about how things are going, right? You haven't had any results yet, but you're remaining confident. This can take some time. What I do with clients that I onboard now is I set the expectation right from the sales call. I'm like, it takes up to 90 days to see the full fruition of any campaigns. Because that's the truth. Think about Facebook ads. Very rarely do you get it right and hit a home run on the first try. So anyway, now that we're in the middle of it anyway, so you're going to have to experiment with things. Start with experimenting with targeting, right? So target smaller companies, bigger companies, split your campaigns by those company size. You can duplicate the campaign, but just split it into different company sizes. Maybe you change the lingo up for a CEO of a 500-person company versus a CEO of a 10-person company, right? You're going to have to test this. There's no getting around that. Give yourself a couple of weeks of grace to get over this bumpy part, but you're going to have to experiment with targeting, with the offer statements, call to action, stuff like that. Okay. This is just testing and experimentation. We all had to go through this part. Can't rush this part. It's going to be a bit messy. It's your first client. That's fine. Take it easy. Okay. The good thing is you're working on a performance basis, so they're not losing anything. Now, your only goal right now should be to send as many emails as possible. Don't make your campaign super complicated. Send as many emails as possible, not for the sake of spamming people, but for the sake of gathering data on what copy, targeting, so on and so forth gets the best results, right? There's a way to, because we have AI, you can now send personalized emails at scale, meaning a lot of emails that are still personalized. You can do that now. And if you watch that full course, I show you there are sections in there with copywriting that show you how I do that, how I send tens of thousands of emails every month, and they don't feel spammy. It's very, 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 very simple, guys, okay? Very, very simple. All right. Now, that is my, yes, so campaigns and personalization should not be complicated. That's my advice, all right? People are overdoing the AI thing. The AI thing is not the whole email. The AI thing is just like the seasoning on top. Now, next question. So, question when it comes to pricing and offer. Are you pitching an upfront payment that includes the cost of the tools, or do they pay that separately? I know you are handing it off to them after the project is over, so I wasn't sure if they paid your fee and that's separate from the tool fee. For example, my engagement is $16K. It's 50 now, by the way, but that's okay. And your tool cost will be around $700 a month. I'm currently having them sign up for the tools on a kickoff call, so they own the system, and it's all on their card. Okay, so I answered this via email already, but this is what I said. So it's a good question. So pretty much he's asking like, who should be paying the costs of the tools? Should it be you, or should it be the client, right? And do you tell them that the fee includes the infrastructure, or do you say that that's a separate fee, so on and so forth? Well, at the end of the day, like, I don't want them paying me two invoices. I'm just going to say it's one fee, and this fee includes X, Y, and Z. Right. So because I'm charging and profiting so much because my fee is high, which is where I will get you guys to very soon if we work together pretty quickly. Because my fee is high, I just eat the cost of any infrastructure. Like, I just pay for it. Of course, I factored it in, right? So when I'm calculating my margins and stuff, like I factored it in. But I mean, my fee is so high, I don't even have to think about any of that stuff. But anyway, so yeah, my fee includes the cost of the tools. And if they want to continue working after our initial 3 months is over, because I work in 3 month stints. If they want to keep working after that, I will again include an infrastructure fee within an overall fee, but I phrase it as one expense. So I let them know that here's my fee and this is what it covers. It covers service and delivery and infrastructure, so on and so forth. Okay. By the way, I don't have any retainer clients, just so you know. Not that really matters, but some of you guys get paid, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 grand a month, whatever it is. And you should just include your infrastructure fee in that. That's just what you should do. Okay. Because your infrastructure fee isn't going to change by any sort of dramatic amount. It's really not. Like, you should factor that in if it's going to, but very rarely does it go from like $500 a month to $1,000 a month. Like, you're really not, in the time that you're working with a client, you're really not making that much of a increase in scale of your campaigns. So how you are approaching it is fine. You can always change midway through. The client's not going to make a big deal out of it. But I like doing this myself. I like signing up for the tools myself. I use the same Apollo account for every client. I use the same. You shouldn't do this. Yeah, you can. I use the same Clay account for every client. I just have different work. You guys have seen this. I just have different like tabs, like almost like Google Sheets. I have different sheets or different workbooks for each client. Smart Lead, you can have different client portals. But if you're just starting out, different client dashboards. But if you're just starting out, just Just make different campaigns per client, label them for each client. So that's that. Now, next question. So this person's first campaign is bombing. It's not working. So I started my very first outreach, which was terrible, as I basically learned on YouTube and ChatGPT before finding my channel, but just took action, and it miraculously got one client. So miraculously got me one client who I offered to work for free and deliver 5 leads, but I'm stuck. Okay. The campaign sent out 900 emails and 0 replies. And I think deliverability is a problem now, so obviously not worth continuing. Nothing's obvious yet. But so obviously not worth continuing, and a new campaign will be needed if we have to continue. Now, after learning a lot from that time to now, I realize this business is selling business coaching. So that's the niche. I realize this business of selling business coaching to a client via cold email might be a really tough sell, because I don't think coaching is something that is quantifiably tied to revenue. It can be in B2B, as the results people get are never the same. It's hard to guarantee things, right? Like if I was doing coaching, the most I do is like a conditional guarantee. Like if you follow this program and you don't make X, Y, and Z, then, money back, or we work for free, or whatever it is, right? Anyway, that's a different story. So also, I feel the audience of coaching founders and leaders at startups or firms or firms about to grow is one I think needs nurturing. Yeah. Because entrepreneurs and founders have ego and usually rarely on their own want to go get a life coach. But hey, I may be wrong. Long story short, I'm working on switching niches already at this moment. But this client of mine, which I bombed his campaign, has been so patient and waiting for me to try again. But I'm wondering if it's even worth it, because I now doubt the niche as it is my first tested ever. Yeah, it's only your first test, and for reasons above. So what will you do if you were in my shoes at this point when you were still a rookie? What are your thoughts on this niche for B2B coaches? Okay. Sorry, that was a bit of a mouthful. But thanks for reaching out to me. So I'm answering this question for the first time here, and then I'm going to copy paste this and email you back. Okay, cool. So let me just mark the time. Cool. So the only folks who I know, just being honest with you, so first off, I don't know how long you've been doing this campaign. It sounds like it's really early. But anyway, my honest answer always. The only folks I know who have had success, like real success, that I've heard about with B2B coaching, like via cold email, are the wildly popular coaches like Grant Cardone and those guys, right? I know, and Gary Vee and those guys. I know this because when I worked at an agency, this was in 2020. When I worked at an agency, I used to get cold calls and cold emails, like on my personal phone, from the Grant Cardone sales training team. But that's because he's well known. So I'm guessing that's why he did well with cold email. There's probably still a way to do it, but it would be highly dependent on the offer sentence. Like what is that sentence? What's the pitch sentence saying, right? Coaching is highly dependent on trust. So take me, for example, me, Pablo, right? I had 0 plans to pitch or do or offer any sort of coaching or anything like that, mentorship, coaching, nothing like that. Like that wasn't even my plans. It wasn't even in my plans, before a couple of weeks ago. I had 0 plans to do any of that stuff until I got, no joke, no BS, over 1,000 individual requests for help. People like, it was just people like this. Like, you see how you're emailing me? Like, it's just a ton of people just asking for like one-on-one coaching and so on and so forth. And just so you don't think I'm BSing you, this is not about me, but I'm just saying, like, look, I just paused this video to go get a screenshot of an email that I get quite often, right? So I've had over 1,000, but individual requests for help between TikTok and blah, blah, blah. And at that point, I already had 75 to 80 videos on YouTube, just making videos for my client, like not even you guys, for my clients and potential clients, and also for my peers in this space who I'd be interacting with in Slack channels and stuff, who, you know what I mean? So I was just documenting my business. And even with that, I'm still building trust. there's still people finding me for the first time, right? So like I'm still a drop in the puddle. I only got 1,000 subscribers, you know. So, but anyway, so let's stay focused. So the first thing I would do to answer your question is start with a cold email money printer framework. This framework, which is, it's on my Gumroad, it's all over my channel. You probably have it already. But it's so what I would do is go through each tree and make sure I'm doing everything there. So let's just summarize that so you don't have to go through that whole thing. This is because it's hard to advise you on why the campaign is not working unless I see/know the following, which is directly from the money printer framework. So I need to know what your offer is. Specifically, I need to see the offer sentence as well. So in the easy way to do that is to let me see the copy. You don't have to share that with me, but I would recommend that you do so when I email you for both email 1 and email 2 in the sequence. Also, how long have you been, or here, let's do this. When did you launch the campaign? What are the campaign stats? It would be nice if you could just send me a screenshot. Like, so showing the reply rate, positive reply rate, bounce rate, so on and so forth. I just need a complete picture of everything that's going on because, as you can see, there are so many different places that can just completely smoke and bomb a campaign. Where did you get your inboxes? I'm sure you got them from a reputable place, but I'm just curious. And is it Google, Microsoft? Not that this is make or break. I'm just curious. This is just helps me help you. Okay. Was warm up done for 2 weeks? I'm sure you did it, but again, I just have to ask. Okay. I wouldn't be able to guide you, and I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask these basic questions. So, offer, copy. When did you launch the campaign? Where did you get your inboxes? Campaign stats. Who exactly are you targeting? This is very important. Very, very. This is probably one of the most important, if not the most important thing, besides the offer and how the offer is being phrased. So, what company sizes are you targeting? The geographic region, the industry, the job title, so on and so forth, and how many emails are you sending per day in total and per inbox? Are you at least getting out of office replies or automatic replies? Are you at least getting those? If you're not, then you probably have some deliverability issues. Not going to lie to you. Did you run a spam test? Were the emails spin taxed? And did you send both sequence 1 and sequence 2 within those 900 emails? Or is it just sequence 1 and then you realize you weren't getting anywhere and then you kind of stop the campaign? Right? What I would do, so have you tried pausing for, let's say, 3 to 4 days, then resuming sending, right? Because you don't want to throw all the inboxes away if you don't have to. Like, it may not be a deliverability problem. It really may not. Anyway, what would I do to answer your question? So I would probably persist a little longer. I would probably persist in trying to get the results a little longer. I worked with a few different coaches. I actually paid for consulting to understand. When I first started, I actually paid people. Some of the bigger folks in this space, I paid them for like an hour of coaching, an hour of consulting, so that they could look at my campaigns and look at my copy to understand the mistakes that I was making. I really wanted to know, so I paid out of my pocket on a credit card, so I could get some tutor, some coaching. Luckily for you, I'm not going to charge you for this, and I wouldn't at this point anyway. But yeah, so how long has it been? Right. So what would I do? I would persist a little longer. We can continue this email conversation, but how long has it been? Because this actually happened to me with my first free client. So just to be honest. Just be honest with them in terms of how things are going, right? Because what you're doing is you're building a case study right now, right? So right now you're solving what we believe is the deliverability problem. Once your reply rate goes up, then we'll be focused on solving the positive reply rate problem. Once the positive reply rate is fixed, then we'll be focused on solving the meeting conversion problem. Once you have that fixed, you have some deal flow, and then it's closing the deal problem, so on and so forth, right? So you just work your way down. I'm also curious if he, she, or they have ever had success with cold email. right? If they have, then you definitely can have some success. But by the way, guys, it's not against the rules to ask these clients for examples of copy that they've had success with in the past. This is, that's what I do in my onboarding process. I've actually, a while back, I uploaded my onboarding process. This is what I show to clients or what I walk them through in sales calls. It's just this. So this is my exact onboarding process. But anyway, that's besides the point. So if he's never used cold email, then that's okay. I would still, personally, I would still persist for another 2 to 3 weeks or so. I'd probably get some pre-warmed inboxes. Like you're not going to get results for every client. That's just the reality of agency work. You're not going to get results for every client. A lot of the times it's because some clients are hard to get results for. Their website sucks or whatever it is. Their offer sucks. So that could be the case, but you don't ever want to rule out the possibility that it might be you. You want to do everything you can. So I'd probably persist for another 2 to 3 weeks or so. In terms of exactly what I do, I'd probably go and get some pre-warmed inboxes so that you don't have to buy a new set of inboxes and wait another 2 weeks and then see. Buy some pre-warmed inboxes and just try to use those so as to not waste time warming up a new batch of inboxes. It takes 48 hours from the time you purchase these pre-warmed inboxes for them to be set up and ready to go. You can get them from Puzzle Inbox. I don't have an affiliate. I'm not an affiliate of theirs. There's not a promotion. I don't get a cut of anything like this. In fact, their deliverability isn't the best, but it'll do. It's good enough to pump out emails. It's better than nothing. Sometimes they give you some like really bad inboxes, but hey, that's what I would do. If I was you in your shoes, that's exactly what I would do. Use some pre-warmed inboxes and just test some more offer statements. This is like you're rarely going to get this right on the first try. I have had clients that I haven't been able to get results for. That anyone who says otherwise is lying to you. Like, this is the reality of agency work. It just is. Okay. So, for my more advanced folks, this is a sign to keep 20 to 50% of your inboxes on reserve, or to buy more spare inboxes when you're upgrading infrastructure or when you're onboarding a client. Get inboxes and get more than you need and have them on reserve so you can rotate them every week or two. You really want to try everything. Going back to you really want to try everything everything you can before switching niches. So you're learning a lot. So this is not going to waste. You're learning a lot about problem solving. Just make sure that you are, you're paying real close attention to everything. Okay. So if you want my thoughts on niches, you've probably already seen this video here, but I've embedded it again. It's on my channel. Best AI lead gen niches going into 2026. Okay. I hope that answers your question. But yeah, pre-warmed inboxes. If it was me, I would persist for another 2 weeks or so. Just be honest about how things are going. Hey, I think I've uploaded calls with my clients on my channel. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have. Where I was like, hey, like the deliverability is not great, but this is I'm not losing. I'm still confident that things are going to work out. This just takes time. It's very normal. You just help them gauge their expectations, and that's it. That's all. Just let them know that this thing can take a little bit. It can take a while. That's all you do. Cool. Like managing clients is probably the biggest skill in managing clients and time management is the number one agency skill. Number one skill you need as an agency owner. The email stuff you'll get good at soon. Trust me. Cool. All right. It's very normal. Very, very normal. Trust me, we all had to go through this. If you go to the very first video on my channel, it's a case study. It's a case study of how we improved our deliverability rates by whatever percent. So like this is not going to waste. You're going to turn this, if you're smart, into a case study. So just write it out a little bit. Just be patient, okay? Yeah, there's a good ending to all this for you. I had another question. Hey, Pablo, can you make a YouTube video? But yeah, I'll email this to you, and by the time you're seeing this video, you've probably already seen the email. And then we'll keep in conversation, okay? And I'll keep supporting you as much as I can. In the time that I have. So, hey, Pablo, can you make a YouTube video on how to set up Mail Tester Ninja inside Clay? Yeah, so I made a video a while back. I got to change the thumbnail so it's easier to find, and I got to change the title. It's also embedded in the free course as well, but here it is, okay? So here's the video. It's called The New Way to Validate 10,000 Emails in Seconds, blah, 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 blah. It should be the end-to-end setup. I'll change the title on it and the thumbnail to make it easier to find. Skip to 5 minutes and 30 seconds. That shows you how to set up Mail Tester Ninja and Clay. I'm assuming you're on a Clay free trial or something. You're going to want to add I think I misspoke in the video, but you're going to want to add an HTTP API column. So not an AI column, but an HTTP API column. Mail Tester Ninja should give you an API key that you need to keep somewhere. You're going to need that. If you lost it, you can contact their support on Twitter. They're very responsive, and on LinkedIn too. To be honest with you, I'm trying not to post more beginner 101 setup stuff because I don't work with beginners like in my agency, and for this accelerator offer, I'm not gearing it towards people who are at the very, very beginning. So I'm trying not to make more videos like that so I don't keep attracting folks like that. So that's why I made the free course, right? Everything I included in terms of for setup and stuff like that, it's all bundled in the free course. But I hope this helps. Here's also a Google Doc that I'm going to share with you with some more instructions. It's a document that's getting shared, that got shared between my peers and I. This was earlier in the year. So between myself and some other agency owners, it shows you how to set up Mail Tester Ninja as well. It's a test document. It's a bit abstract, and it uses make.com as an example, but it's the same thing with Clay. It's the same like settings, but you're smart, so I'm sure you'll figure it out. So I just embedded that here. Okay, don't make any changes to the document. Make a copy of it. Cool. So yeah, it shows you exactly what to do right there. All right. Next question. So a cash flow question. Should I take full payment up front? So the email says, we currently have 3 potential deals in the pipeline worth around $18K. 3 people on the $6K offer. Awesome. The first one is with a large company. They already said yes, but they need to run it internally first. We have a follow-up meeting with them next week. The second one probably doesn't have enough budget. That's okay. But he was interested and wants to see what he can make work. It's a red flag. Yeah. I'm not really counting him in yet, but I also have a meeting with him next week. Yeah. Keep him close, but don't make too much of this anyway. So, the last one has already received the contract and said yes. However, he thought he was only supposed to pay the setup fee first, which is our old plan, and then handle the monthly fee within 30 days of invoice. No, not at all. Not at all. No. So I explained, so that's not gonna, no. Because what's happening is, what if you do all the work, he doesn't pay you until day 30 and then he runs off, sort of thing, right? Can't happen. So you pay up front always. So I explained that we usually take full payment up front. Absolutely. Since you have costs to cover. Absolutely. But I offered him a 50-50 split. Okay. 50% now and 50% on October 1st. I haven't heard back yet, but I'm assuming he'll move forward on October 1st. Okay. So we'll see what happens. Stay close. Send him a follow-up or two in between now and October 1st. This, I'll be honest, did you a disservice here by negotiating and bending your rules. I would have stayed firm. Even if he didn't understand it, and I have to repeat myself, I would have repeated myself staying firm in that we take full, I wouldn't even use the language usually. I would say we take full payment up front. That's just what happens. That's just what we do. We don't usually do it, and then sometimes we make exceptions. No, we take full payment up front. Right? This is just, I wouldn't even care to explain myself. I would just say we take full payment up front. That's our policy. That's how we operate. Right? It's an engagement fee. You pay us to engage, right? So when you offer when you decide to bend the rules a little bit and offer a 50-50 split, it takes away the seriousness of what you do. This is just a subconscious feeling, having done, I can't even tell you, thousands of sales calls between my own businesses and the agency and stuff like that. Anytime we change our rules, to make a deal or something like that, like a payment plan is different, but trying to keep them on board, it actually does worse. It turns them away. Okay, so just a lesson for next time. This is cool. You got people showing interest on the 6K offer. That's good. Keep pushing it. So, yeah, and just send him a couple follow-ups. He either signs on or he doesn't. That's it. Okay. But what he's doing right now, if he just like this lack of understanding shows you what kind of client he's probably going to be. Like all of my clients right now at this level they're very sharp. There's none of this like, I don't have enough budget. There's none of this like, oh, I thought you said it would be this, or can you cut me a deal, or is this the best you can? No, I don't even waste my time. I don't waste my time with that. And you shouldn't waste your time with people who, this is like minion behavior. This is worm behavior. He's doing like the worm thing with you, right? Like, oh, I didn't understand. I thought I was only supposed to pay the setup fee for now. If you didn't explain it properly, that's on you guys. But if you explained it properly, and if you showed it through a deck or whatever, or just even with words, it was very clear, and he still misinterpreted it, then that gives you a pretty good indication of what client they're going to be. And you never want to come across as desperate for a client, because I'll tell you right now, there are a ton of clients to go around. Cool. So don't worry about this second guy, and don't worry too much about this third guy. Just follow up with them and stay close. I don't like working with anyone who has budget issues, because this is a real red flag. So I'd probably stay away from the second guy, and I'd be a bit more strict now about if they have budget issues. Just don't. It's never worth it, man. Anyway, so that's what I would do. Yes, I've definitely experienced similar, not just in this business, but every single business. Even managing my own book of business at the agency. Yeah, absolutely. It's easy for prospects to ghost or delay, but so far we've been lucky. Yeah, you don't want to ride on luck, my friend. Out of those who said they'd think about it or check with a partner, 9 out of 10 have ended up signing. So that's good. That means you present well. The offer is good enough. Like I've been saying to you guys on the channel, like 6K offers. I think this is one of the folks. This is actually one of the folks, keeping them anonymous, who I had a coaching call with, interview slash coaching call and stuff like that. And I just recommended that they create a premium offer, and I was just helping them over email and in the call. And there you go. Like this is how you make the jump to the 10K months, right? So it's a 6K offer. You're going to keep getting a bunch of interest on this offer. Just push it, sell it, sell it, 7, 8, 10 times, and then jack the price up. But you're doing well. But yeah, leave the second guy. I have little hope. Just stay close. This third person, stay close. And just be very, very clear and direct moving forward. Okay. So that's all for this Q&A. Again, we may be hiring a couple of go-to-market engineers and a customer success manager, specifically a customer success manager. Definitely. Actually, both in the next 2 to 3 weeks. It's not set in stone, but it's likely. I'm putting the word out early because things are moving fast. If that interests you, stay close and stay tuned for more announcements, and sign up to my newsletter. The link is in the description. Mentorship offer is still in development. Details will be announced by the end of the month. It will be the best program on the market for anyone looking to, number 1, integrate cold email into their business. Number 2, start up an AI cold email lead gen business, or offer that as a service. Number 3, scale to 50K a month. You're going to be around some of the top agency owners in this space, and it's going to be a great opportunity to learn, figure out what's working, so on and so forth. So stay close. But yeah, it'll be an opportunity to learn from some of the best up and coming players in this space, take what's working and adopt their strategies and copy paste my systems into your business. So this is some stuff that I've been doing for a long time. I've been mentoring a few folks way past their past their first 10K months, getting their first clients, so on and so forth. There's going to be a minimum threshold for revenue and for where you need to be. Like, I don't want total beginners. It will be expensive. You'll get results provided you follow the program closely. Okay, I'm not here to BS anybody. It's going to be expensive because there is an ROI to it, like a serious ROI. Okay, so this is I have structured it so that you follow the program, and it's unreasonable for you to not have a multi-6-figure business quite quickly. Okay, spots will be very, very, very limited because I'll be working with you personally. First come, first serve basis. So whoever is interested in betting on themselves and investing in themselves and is committed and is not going to make a fuss about the work and the investment, that's who we'll go with. Okay. And this is where you make your bets, and Q4, we're not here to play around. So let's get to the other side here. All right. See you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.